Today I'm at the beautiful Roanoke River. It's a wonderfully dreary day out today. Overcast skies, it's raining slightly. 42 degrees, and this is my type of weather. I like it a little cooler so it would snow some, what you are expected to get. And we're kind of thawing out from the last snowfall that we had. It may get in here a little treacherous. Got some good boots on. These are the USMC rat boots. The temperate version is the Gore-Tex version. But I want to come out today. I'm going to go over some gear that I have that I think is fantastic for this area. The gear that I have in this pack will not only get me through an overnighter, but a 48, 72 hour scenario and beyond. And I'll show you what I mean by that. I'll break down the contents of this gear. I may get a fire going, maybe do some coffee or something like that. I'm gonna go over the contents of this kit, highlight the bag, show you what I got, explain some of my philosophy on why the bag is packed the way that it is, especially taking into consideration where I am. I'm Curry, this is Robert's Bushcraft. Let's get started. I want to start out by showing off my hard-headed veterans bump helmet. This is not the ballistic one. This is the bump helmet. It's fantastic for this area. You can see here, and even, let me adjust the camera a little bit. Plenty of rocks. All kinds of debris that can roll down, hit you in the head. This helmet's perfect for that. Now, I've not had anything strike this just yet to test its fortitude. Now, this is a cover that I was given for Christmas from Amazon, and I believe, well, it is a One Tigress. I don't think it's a perfect fit, but it's on there. And what I've noticed is the little rainfall that I experienced coming into this part of the river, it ran right off, so kept my head dry. But this, along with the Streamlight Sidewinder, this is the compact 2, I believe. I'll put a link to this. I'll put a link to all the gear that I've got, and I'm going to show you in the description box down below. But this is another fantastic piece of kit. I love this light. There's so many. This deserves a video on its own. This is it's got white, it's got red light, it's got the blue light, infrared actually, blue, and all that's great. It's got three different intensity settings. It's got a low, medium, and high. But the beauty of this one is the way that it's powered. It is powered by that little guy right there. And even better, you can power this with a AA battery or AAA battery. All three work. So that to me is where the real magic happens with something like this. I've not run into anybody yet that's got a spare battery exactly like this one, but everybody has AAAs and AAs. So I love this. And I have the NVG mount adapter. It just slides right on. Locks into place. You've got all kinds of different, 360, 180, all kinds of directions you can put it in, positions you can put it in, I should say. You can take that off. It can also be clipped because of the steel clip here. It can be clipped on your pack and these straps on your plate carrier. Just a fantastic piece of kit. So that covers my headgear. This is the Mystery Ranch 2-day assault pack. And where I'm located, we have water everywhere. There's lakes, there's ponds, there's streams, there's this river. It's rare that I'm not near some type of water. So some of the philosophy that I have is to pack these packs as if they were flotation devices. So we'll begin with the outside of the pack. On the outside of the pack, I have my canteen cup carrier with canteen, canteen lid, full canteen of water, canteen cup, and we have spork. The knife of choice. Now, if I had to have a one-tool solution, axe, knife, saw, etc., for what I'm doing, the patrolling, the hunting, the things that I do in my area, this is my one-tool option. This is the Ka-Bar Becker BK9. I've had this thing for, oh goodness, probably a decade or more. Absolutely love this blade. It has been there and done that, and has done everything I need to do. One of the knocks people have on large knives like this is that they're hard to strike ferro rods with, and I agree. It's a little difficult. So what I do is I chuck up on the blade like so, and use this part of the tip to strike the ferro rod. So that makes it easy, makes it more wieldy. I did kind of grind down the back of this, the spine of this, to be able to hit the ferro rods with, but again, it's just easier to choke up and use the tip. With gloves on, I can choke up and use the back of the false blade. So that's the Ka-Bar Becker BK9. The sheath that I have it in is not the sheath that came with the knife. Now, a little story behind this. This is actually the sheath from a Gerber BMF. Now, I had two of these knives back in the early 90s in the Marine Corps. Ended up breaking both of them. Both of them broke at the hilt while chopping. So, and chopping greenwood at that. So, both of those broke. Ended up throwing both of them away. Ended up finding one of the sheaths. I love the idea of that blade, and you can find them online on eBay from time to time, and they are expensive. But that is the Ka-Bar Becker BK9. That is my one-tool solution. Now, this pocket, I'll go ahead and undo this. And that one. This pocket, when it gets cold, I prefer to wear these. Now, while I'm on the ATV, I prefer the mitten version of these. But these are the Outdoor Research Firebrand gloves. And when they say Firebrand, they mean Firebrand. They keep your hands warm. I love these things. I have a great dexterity in them. You can wear them with the liner. Wear them without the liner, or you can wear another type of glove inside the outer shell. Love these mitts, or love these gloves. Now, I have the mitt version of these as well, and they are just fantastic. So when you're out on a hunt or you're out on a scout and you're sitting still, now where I'm located, unless it is just extreme cold weather, I very rarely wear these while I'm moving around. These are when I'm stationary, set up to hunt, or locked in for the day, and I'm not going anywhere else. They're just simply too warm for that. Now, for just general purpose, I'm walking, getting ready to shoot, things like that, I wear these USMC frog gloves. Now on this side of the pack, I have my shmog. Shmog has all kinds of uses. You can use them as pillows. You can use them as water strainers. I mean, the list goes on and on and on about what you can use a shmog for. Wrap it around your head. I mean, I love these. This is the real trick to surviving out here. This is an AquaQuest Rogue dry bag. This is the Ruger 1022 Takedown with the Magpul X22 backpacker stock. Man, this is fantastic. Now, where this really shines is with the silencer. This is a Banish 22K V2. I'll put that information on that screen. It's hard for me to keep up with these numbers. But this silencer with this firearm is fantastic. I'll put it together off screen so I don't get in trouble with the powers that be at YouTube. But this is what it looks like all together. The scope that I have on here is an older scope. This is a Bushnell Varmint 22 scope, fixed 4-power. When this rig is combined with subsonic ammunition, you don't hear it. The only thing that you hear is the action cycling back and forth. In the buttstock here, you have storage room for 3 mags. You can take these out and actually put a whole brick, depending on the size obviously. Take those out and put a whole brick of ammo in there. And then we've always got more ammo. Those 3 came with this, as well as the one in the mag well. Being able to procure food out in the wild, I can't tell you just how important that is. We have to have food to eat. So this is this is a survival rifle. I know we like to get on our AR-15s and other calibers. Don't get me wrong, I love mine. But that's more of a bug out rifle. This is your survival rifle. So let's get on to the next one. This is a poncho from ORC Industries. I reached out to them several months ago to see if they would send us some new ponchos. The ones that I have, or the ones that we have, are older, really ragged out ponchos, and they still serve us well. But it's just been incredibly difficult to find military official USGI ponchos. So they were kind enough to send us out 2, one in the OD green and one in the crazy ugly camouflage that nobody likes. I may actually deploy this here in just a bit to keep the rain off of me. It's starting to rain again. Now, in this kit, I do not have a tarp. I want to keep this lightweight, and I want to have items that can fit in multiple rolls. And this is my shelter overhead. The signature of these packs is this tri-zip design. Straight down the middle, and then here at the top. Once I open this up, you're going to see comfort item right off the bat. These are the USMC Happy Suit booties. These are manufactured by Wild Things. And when it's time to settle in at camp and get inside the sleeping bag, these are just, they're beautiful. They are fantastic. I love them good enough to where I will not leave them at home. I want these with me anytime there's cold weather. Now here inside the backpack, you'll see that I have all of my gear in waterproof bags. As you can see, I'm surrounded by water. Everywhere I go, there's water. Ponds, lakes, rivers, streams, it's right here. Now, you get close enough to the edge, you're gonna fall in. It's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And I have fallen in this river many times. And most of the time, it has been with my gear on. Fall in a river like this, now today, it's not very fast moving, but we are at the bottom of a hydroelectric dam. There are times when you're not able to swim against this current, leading up to a point. You fall into this river with your gear on, one of two things is going to happen. It's going to take on water and drown you if you don't cut loose quick enough, or you can have it set up to the point where it acts as a personal flotation device. And that's how I have my gear set up. Every backpack we have where we're carrying gear is set up as a personal flotation device. One, I don't want my gear getting wet in case it rains. Two, if I do fall in this river, I'm not going to drown. At least hopefully. We always pack our gear this way, and we also test it out. So we'll jump in this river from time to time with different bits of gear that have been put in these dry bags just to see how well they work. Just check the weather. It's 42 degrees out here. It's a weird little dynamic going on. It's 42 degrees, which most of the time is cool to me. Now, I've got a shirt on with a base layer of just a regular t-shirt. 42 degrees, it's foggy. Now, little meteorological information for you. Look up how fog forms in the winter. It does it differently than it does in the summer, especially over water. Now, it's starting to mist again, starting to rain just a little bit, but there's no wind. So I suspect right now that's one reason why I'm not freezing to death. Bag number one. Now, having it open is starting to get a little wet now because it is beginning to rain just a bit. One of the best pieces of gear I've ever purchased in my life. Happy Suit top. It's called a happy suit because when you put it on, it warms you up so quickly, so wonderfully. Makes you happy. Feels like you're wearing a sleeping bag. Now, I'm going to do a comparison of this jacket to a civilian version of an old hunting jacket that I have, that I compare everything to. That old hunting jacket I bought at a yard sale, and it's an old heavy jacket used for duck hunting, and I compare everything to it because of the quality and the price that I paid for it. But this is the Happy Suit top. I'll show you what it looks like on pretty quick. Once you put it on, it's one of those things you don't want to take off. In fact, I might just keep it on because now it is getting cool. I try not to overheat on my hike in and don't wear very many layers, but once I get here and not moving as much, especially with the mist falling on me, it's starting to get cool a little bit. Happy Suit top, love this thing. So that's one dry bag. Check out the other. Pair of socks. Actually, I have two pairs of socks. Two pair of socks. in here. Let's get the other. That's the other set of socks here. Now, some of the real magic happens in this kit with these base layers. And this is a base layer hoodie that we picked up from Go Hunt. And we're rolling some pictures of this, of Gabriel and Eden testing these out on the mountaintops in Virginia. But this is a hoodie top. So that's in there. That goes under the base layer, or it goes under my outer layers. And I should do it for that. This is the bottom layer. Now these have a leg zip, a full length leg zip all the way down. And these are really warm. And they pack down to nothing. I'm glad that they do, because they really add to the warmth of this kit. I'm trying to keep it as minimal as possible, but again, I like to be warm. I'm really stressing this pack out to its max. I really have virtually no room to fit anything else in here, but I've got the base layers covered, extra change of socks, some food, of course water everywhere, and let's see, and here's my Sawyer water filter in here, pair of military suspenders. Happy suit bottom. Here's what these look like. I'm not going to get into these right now because it's too warm for these actually. But this is the Happy Suit bottom. And they really fold down into nothing. You can stuff them in those sacks very easily. Okay, we're going to finish the video underneath my little shelter here. Ordinarily, I would have this much lower to the ground, so that's protecting me from the wind and the rain way better than what it is now. But there's really no way to feasibly show the contents of this kit, the remaining contents of this kit, while this is so low to the ground. So we're going to go ahead and show you what's left in this. Inside this, I have the USMC 3-season sleeping bag and bivy. Being that the weather has changed on me like it has, I don't know that I'm going to pull this thing all the way out. But this is the bivy sack with sleeping bag inside. Well, actually, let's go ahead and get that out. This is the Gore-Tex bivy. This is the improved bivy cover, the USMC IBC. This is the improved version over the woodland version. What's improved is it now has a mesh screen with an inner window that you can unzip for ventilation or close yourself completely off to the elements, which I have down now. But it also comes with wire that keeps the mesh on the top of the bivy off of your face while you're sleeping at night. So inside is the sleeping bag. Now this is the large bag. Now you have a regular size bag and you have a large bag. The regular size bag is for 5'10" or 5'11" and under, and anybody 6 feet and over would get the large bag. Easiest way to tell is the large bag has an inner lining that's green like this. The smaller bag, or the regular size bag, is coyote brown in and out. Now, this is my kit. This is my cold weather kit. You can see behind me, wind's blowing now, rain's coming in. Now this is starting to get a little wet on the outside, and it will dry. But ideally, oh, there's one more thing to show. Hang on. Because this is getting wet, I will put this on. I believe that was a bald eagle that just flew behind me. I hope that I caught that on camera. Now, basically what I have just done is put on a Gore-Tex bivy over the sleeping bag that I'm wearing. That sleeping bag with the happy suit top, happy suit bottom, the layers of clothing that I have on now. Now right now the pants are starting to get wet. Wait, there's more. Typically I'll put these on. Now these are the L4, L6 bottoms by Beyond Clothing. Hopefully that's showing up on camera. This is basically the exact same material that the Gore-Tex bivy is made out of. Nylon PTFE, I think that's what they call it. Typically on a day where I'm hiking through heavy rainstorms, I'm going to put these on with the poncho. I usually save a jacket like this for tasks around camp, because if you've ever tried to do any kind of tasks around camp with a poncho on, it's not easy. It's not for me anyway. I always end up stepping on the hem. It's never a good thing. So these, along with a set of waterproof boots and a poncho on the trail, it's hard to beat. This is an underrated piece of kit, in my opinion. When you're traveling point A to point B, you're in a rain shower. The sun's coming out now. You're in a rain shower and your pants get wet while you're walking. To me, that's torture. Now, as far as medical is concerned, this is my North American Rescue Eagle IFAC. Inside this, all kinds of great, wonderful stuff that you hope you never have to use. We've got tourniquet in there. We've got combat gauze. We've got the Mylar blanket. We've got, I mean, just it's an IFAC. Hopefully you'll be able to see that there. Food. I never come out without food. I think you're shooting yourself in the foot if you do. Some people do. I'm not one of them. I'm going to bring food. I'm always going to bring food. I'm going to bring things to start fire with. I've got a fire kit in there. I'm going to have medical, water. I always bring water. Even though I'm surrounded by water, I have a way to filter it. I'll show that in just a moment. But I always bring food. And this has become one of my favorite. Now this is from Bushcraft Beef. We'll have a link to that down in the description box below. We were sent a kit of freeze-dried steak. Now we've got food storage. We've got, I think everybody has MREs. Everybody has the beef jerky. This is not beef jerky. This is actual steak. I'll show you a piece of it real quick. We'll have a review coming up on these. And we have different types or different pieces. You can see, hopefully, This is not beef jerky. Let's see if I can get in a little better light and show you guys this. Check that out. That's freeze-dried steak. These are nice big chunks. Roughly the size I would probably cut up and eat from a, from a piece of steak. And that's what it looks like down in the bag. So this sous vide original steak. Now the sous vide is the way that the steak is cooked. Guys, take a look at that, Google that, and watch a few videos on that process. It's pretty neat. But this has become, you know, when we go out, 10-year shelf life. This has a 10-year plus shelf life. And guys, when we go out, this is what we're taking with us. Easiest way to get this back in this stuff sack, throw it over your shoulder, put the foot in, just kind of shake it in, help guide it in with your hand a little bit, and then we get to the point where you need to just kind of stuff. I had to come out of the happy suit top. If you compress this down right, it can just about be the size of a soccer ball. Just about. Maybe a little bigger. Easy peasy. Good to go. Now, I just came out of the happy suit top, but there is still a chill in the air. But you can see it's cleared out. I love it out here. So now I'm going to put on the this top. And watch me disappear. I could use a bigger zipper on this. Otherwise, I've got to put reading glasses on. Now, this is also another sleep item. You keep this dry. You crawl in this, get inside that happy suit. Really, we've got an extreme cold weather bag that pairs with the 3-season USMC bag. It's a black bag. If you're familiar with the older military modular sleep system, you have an idea of what that kit looks like. You've got a black inner bag and a green outer bag. The green outer bag is a patrol bag. It's made for, they say 32 degrees and up. It's not been my experience with either one of them, at least not without the proper layers. Now, with the proper layers, that's absolutely doable. You pair that with the extreme cold weather bag, and you've really got a serious kit going on. Poncho is ripstop material. Just feel like plastic snaps where they used to be a type of metal. Brass, I believe. It does have taped seams around the neck, around the hood. Hey, I appreciate you guys joining me today on my lightweight gear loadout for colder weather. In my opinion, this is just about minimal kit for cold weather. cold weather as we know it here in North Carolina. I appreciate you joining me. Leave me a comment down below. What's in your kit? What are you carrying for food procurement? Thank you for joining me today. Defend the weak, fight for what you love, and may the wings of liberty never lose a feather. God bless.